Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to be testing out some products today. Some of them I have talked about but not shown you in action. Some of them I have not talked to you about yet, but you may have seen them in the description box in my videos. If I've used something in a video before, I'm going to skip over that just to try to condense the video down so it doesn't get crazy long. So let me pin my hair back so it won't be in the way. Okay, so I applied my Wet n Wild lip treatment off camera, and the first product we're going to go in with is the L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm, and this is in the shade 10 Light. Now, everybody is coming out with these multi-use products, and this can be used on its own if you just like a light coverage. It has skincare properties to it. You can read about it on the L'Oreal website if you're interested. But it's sort of a primer, concealer. It says it evens tones, it makes skin look firmer, smooths lines, conceals imperfections. This is not a standalone product for me because I like a lot of coverage, so I actually put a foundation over it, and I've tried some of the foundations that I have, but today I'm going to try a different one over it. I had such a hard time trying to figure out what color of this to buy because all the colors are very warm tone. This is quite yellow, as you can see. Excuse me. And so I had a tough time, and this is actually a little dark for me. But I knew if I got one of the fair shades, it would most likely be too light. Now I have been getting some sun on the few days that we've had decent weather. So, we'll see how this goes with the foundation I'm going to use today. This feels really nice on your skin. Doesn't have any smell to it, unlike the other product that I used recently that I layered with a foundation that had a very strong smell. Yeah, this one doesn't have any smell at all that I can discern. The lighting is strange today because it's dark outside, so I've got an artificial light on and it's giving me somewhat of a glare. All right, the next product I'm going to use is a concealer that I've never had. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Full Coverage Concealer, and I am in the shade Fawn. It has a massive doe foot applicator, and I like this a lot. This does give really good coverage. As a matter of fact, you have to be quite careful how much you dab under your eyes or you won't even be able to blend it all out. I'm going to use the same brush. And whatever is left over, I like to just take all over the eye area. And that way, any discoloration or veining or anything I have there will be concealed before I go in with my eyeshadow primer. All right, I just adjusted the lighting. That's a little better. It's not so glary. Okay, now the foundation that I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. And I bought the shade 415, which is Rose Ivory, and I swatched it on the way home, and it blended into my skin really well, but I'm thinking that the balm that I just used is darker, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Now, I've had this foundation before, and I really liked it. I don't like the scent of it, though. It's got like a rose scent, and I'm allergic to flowers, so I don't like anything floral scented. So that's one pump on the back of my hand. Now, that will most likely, oh, it's going on beautifully over that other foundation, I guess you could call it. I was afraid this might be too light, but it's fine. And because I already have on a base with coverage to it, I don't think I'm going to need more than this one pump. This feels so nice. L'Oreal products always feel so nice on my skin, but I don't like the ones that are scented. And this is definitely floral. But it will go away after a couple minutes once it's blended. But yeah, it's just gives you such a lovely finish. Okay, so that one pump is going to be plenty of coverage. Yeah, that L'Oreal tinted balm that I showed you, that's very hard to find. That's not sold at that many stores. I ended up getting it at Walmart, but they don't sell it at every Walmart. Okay, next I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. contour, and you've seen that many times, so I'm going to skip that. And for blush, I'm going to try out the Revolution Blush Balm in Dolly Rose. Now, when I swatched this in my blush video, it had the most beautiful texture to it. It just felt so good on my skin and blended like a dream. So this is the first time I'm using it on my actual face, and I'm just doing 3 dots because I've heard that these have really good pigmentation, so I don't want to go crazy and not be able to blend it out. Sometimes your fingers are your best tools. All right, maybe one more dot. Oh, that's pretty. That is gorgeous. I love it. And it's a nice neutral pink that I think would work with a lot of different looks. Okay, now I'm just going to prime my eyes with my MAC paint pot. And if you didn't quite catch something that I said when I'm talking about a product, I always list everything in the description box so you can see. Okay, now I talked about this in a video, but I didn't actually use it. This is the LA Colors Cool palette, and this is part of their Color Vibe line. I really like these palettes. You get 3, 6, 9, 12 shadows in a palette. And I have all of them except for Sunset. Sunset is like, oranges and golds and not my vibe at all. But I just thought this was so pretty. And some of these shades I definitely would not consider cool, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to start with this taupey shade right here in the crease. Yeah, these shadows are so easy to work with. Doesn't matter what your skill level is. I feel like that, anybody could do this successfully. Because you know how some brands are just very hard to work with, and you almost have to be like a professional makeup artist to get them to work. Now, that blueberry palette that I used by LA Colors the other day, oh my gosh, that was so crazy pigmented that, yeah, it was like almost like too much. Now, when I'm using a palette for the first time, sometimes I like to swatch some of the colors to try to determine which one I want to use, because like right now I'm looking at this and I'm looking at these two shades here and trying to decide which one I want to use. So I'm going to swatch them both. So this one is a silver and this one is a taupe, and I really like that taupe. So I'm just going to take what's on my finger there instead of wasting it and just dab it on my eyelid here. Now I'll switch over to an actual brush. Yeah, that taupe is gorgeous. I just realized I skipped a step when I was doing my face products, but we can go back to that in a sec. Actually, let's go back to it now while I'm thinking of it. I don't want to forget. I talked about these in a video recently that I did about LA Colors. These are the shimmering loose eyeshadows, and they could be used a number of different ways. I'm going to use it today as a face highlight. So I'm just going to brush some of that across the top of my cheekbones and then blend it in. And this is in the shade Lollipop. Yeah, these make good eyeshadows and highlighters. All right, let's go back to the eyes now. Now I'm going to switch to this flat brush and I'm going to go back into that taupe and drag some of that along the lower lash line. I love taupe eyeshadow. It's one of my all-time favorites as far as colors go. All right, I'm going to switch back to this brush and put a little more on the lids so that you can really see that color. It's so pretty. Okay, now for a highlighter for my eyes, you know what? I don't see anything that just jumps out at me in this actual palette, so why don't we use some of that same loose eyeshadow? All right, I'm going to take a chance here and I'm going to use the brush that comes with it. Oh, good, that's working out okay. pretty. Okay. All right, now for eyeliner, I don't know that I've used this in a video before. This is the CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus eyeliner in Midnight Blue. These aren't quite as intense as the Maybelline Tattoo Studio, but they're also a little bit easier to remove at the end of the day. Those Tattoo Studio ones are, they just will hang in there and not budge. I've always liked these too, though. All right. I just realized I never set my face with powder. It's not too late. The only thing it could possibly mess up at this point is my highlighter, so we could always just add more if we need to. I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me, but I'm not going to do it on camera because you've seen it a million times before. Alright, so that's what it looks like set with powder. Wow, I'm jumping all over the place with my products here. Let's put a little bit more highlighter. And this time I'm going to blend it out with a brush. There we go. Alright, I'm going to curl my lashes now. This eyelash curler is so old, but I bought another one in a different brand that I definitely don't like as much. I bought the e.l.f. one, and it just doesn't work as good. This is my old Shiseido one, I think. Yeah. Alright, I don't think I've used this mascara on camera before. Maybelline the Falsies Lash Lift. This is really good. I think it's starting to dry up a little bit though. Yeah. I'm gonna have to check the date. When I buy mascaras or anything really, I write down, like I keep like a log of my makeup and when I bought it so I know when to get rid of it. So I'm gonna have to check the date on this because it's definitely drier than it should be. Plus this side of my lashes don't curl as well. I don't know if you guys have that problem. My left side curls great, but my right side does not curl so great. All right, I'm gonna do my brows off camera with my NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in Ash Brown. All right, now the next product that I'm gonna use is the LA Colors Tattoo Stamp Pen. I already had the flower one and I found the moon one this weekend, and I get these at Dollar Tree, and I just found one in a basket of random stuff. I just kind of fished through the basket, and I was like, woo! So I tried out, the moon one doesn't work quite as good as the flower one does. So I'm gonna show you how this works. This is the flower one. And there's nothing inside to shake, but I shake it anyway just to try to get the ink to go down. And I usually put one right at the end of my brow. So you just stamp it and it just puts a little flower there. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get this moon one to work better. Because what it did was it stamped a moon, but then it put a little bit of ink beside it too. So hopefully it will work better this time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a Q-tip now and fix that because it put a little bit of ink beside the moon. All right, so I got a moon on one side and a flower on the other. And let's see, what do we have left then? Lips. I'm going to try out this LA Colors Pink Parfait lipstick. It's a hot pink. I don't have a hot pink lip liner, so hopefully this will apply good. Hmm. It's actually applying quite light. Oh, I see. It's buildable. Yeah, it's buildable. Interesting. Actually, I kind of like that because then you can put the intensity that you want. So that's it for today, you guys. I like the way this look came out. Not as crazy as what I usually do. I have a funny feeling I'm going to be going through a phase of more wearable makeup because I was doing like really super bright makeup every single day for a while there, and now I feel like doing I don't know, I'm drawn to things that are much more reasonable everyday makeup for some reason. So if you have any questions or anything, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thanks for watching.